Hi, this is our daily top 5 gainers and top 5 losers analysis for August 13, 2019 in preparation for the next trading day on Wednesday. My name is JC De Guzman and I'm going to give you my analysis for 10 different stocks, specifically technical analysis. I'm going to interpret for you what I see on the trade and volume distribution and true market sentiment charts of these stocks. And of course, I'm going to give you my overall sentiment followed by my recommendations. I'd like to mention two reminders here. First, everything that I'm going to mention in this video is for short-term trading purposes, even if from time to time you might hear some discussions regarding index or blue chip companies or blue chip stocks. Number two, if you are about to enter a new position in any of these 10 stocks, make sure that you calculate your reward to risk ratio first, because it's not enough that the 10 SMACD combo is valid and the momentum power indicator is bullish. It's also important that you are satisfied with your reward to risk ratio before you do a test buy. And there's one extra reminder, by the way, so 3 reminders all in all. Lastly, the third one, if any of these 10 stocks begin at a price lower or higher than the dominant range that you are about to see, make sure that you post a request for that particular stock's latest trade and volume distribution and true market sentiment charts in our private clients forum. It goes without saying that you should only do that if you are interested with the name, of course. You don't have to request for all of these 10 stocks latest trade and volume distribution charts if you're not going to trade them anyway. Make sense? Okay, so let's begin with the first in our list, JGS, an index company. JGS closed today at 65.6, support is at 56.20, resistance is at 69.6. Our 10 SMACD combo has already been invalid since the third week of July. Foreign investors registered a net foreign selling worth 61.4 million pesos today. RSI is in the neutral level. The risk level of JGS remains moderate. The negative DMI is still hovering the positive DMI. If JGS will register a price lower than, let's see here, maybe lower than 60 pesos per share, then we might be seeing the downward momentum becoming very strong. Okay, so let's take a look at the trade and volume distribution chart. The dominant range of JGS is between 61.6 all the way to 62.1. Therefore, the momentum power indicator is bearish. The true market sentiment for JGS is also bearish. So meaning to say, the today's top 10 players were not that interested to buy the dips yet, by a significant level, of course. So what's my overall sentiment in here? This is not yet a complete bullish overall sentiment. I would say I'm neutral because, number one, although the momentum power indicator is now, by the way, the momentum power indicator is already bearish, not bullish, okay? Because the dominant range is closer to the intraday low than the intraday high. So we have an invalid 10 SMACD combo, we have a bearish momentum power indicator. Therefore, my overall sentiment here is not neutral, but bearish, despite the appearance of this green candlestick today. So if you are planning to enter a new position, I suggest you postpone that plan until the 10 SMACD combo becomes valid and the momentum power indicator becomes bullish. Now, if you consider yourself as an experienced and a disciplined trader, you can preempt or skip the validation of the 10 SMACD combo provided the momentum power indicator is bullish. Okay, so now how about if you have had JGS and it's still trading above your trailing stop loss? What do you do? What should you do? I suggest you hold your position for now. Entertain the idea of doing a test buy if and only if the momentum power indicator is bullish and if you regard yourself as an experienced and a disciplined trader. Okay, otherwise you will have to wait for the 10 MACD combo to be revalidated as well. Okay, at this point there's no assurance that the upward momentum will continue, so we have to wait and see, be on a wait and see mode. Okay, so after JGS we got AEV. AEV closed today at 51.5, support is at 46.55, resistance is at 61 pesos per share. The 10 MACD combo is not yet present. The risk level is low, and the downward momentum is still very strong at this point. Foreign investors registered a net foreign selling worth 58 million pesos. Okay, so the dominant range with respect to the closing price of 51.5 is still, it's between 49 to 49.5. Okay, despite the closing price of 51.5, AEV was just forced closed today at its intraday high of 51.5, but the dominant range is still between 49 to 49.5, which is closer to the intraday low than the intraday high. Therefore, the momentum power indicator is bearish also on AEV. The true market sentiment of AEV is neutral. So my overall sentiment for AEV is still bearish. If you have had AEV and if it's still trading above your trailing stop loss, I suggest that you hold your position. Now, if you don't have AEV, I suggest that you wait for the momentum power indicator to become bullish and ideally for the 10 MACD combo to be revalidated. So don't enter in the position yet. Next, we have Meralco. Meralco closed today at 369.8. Support is at 349.6. Resistance is at 398.6. The 10 MACD combo is not yet valid, although I am seeing a formation of a bullish convergence between the MACD and the signal line. And RSI is in the neutral level. The risk level for Meralco is low. The downward momentum is still very strong. Okay, I'd like to mention again that the 10 MACD combo is not yet valid. Now, the dominant range of Meralco is, let's see, with respect to the closing price of 369.8, I would say that it's between 358 to 369.8 indeed. So that makes the momentum power indicator confirm it's bullish. The true market sentiment is bearish on the other hand, meaning to say the top 10 brokers are not that much interested to buy the dips of Meralco today. Anyhow, my overall sentiment is still neutral simply because the 10 MACD combo is not yet valid despite the bullishness of our momentum power indicator. So in other words, if you are planning to enter a new position on Meralco, I suggest that you wait for the 10 MACD combo to be revalidated. You can only skip that one if you regard yourself as an experienced trader and if the momentum power indicator is bullish, which is, in this case, it is bullish. If you have had Meralco and if it's still trading above your trailing stop loss, you can also top up within the dominant range provided you regard yourself as an experienced trader since your momentum power indicator is bullish anyway. If not, you should wait for the 10 MACD combo to be revalidated before you do a test buy. Okay? So after Meralco, we have PXP. PXP closed today at 12.12. Support is at 10.05. Resistance is at 13.63. The 10 MACD combo is already valid. It has been valid actually. Foreign investors registered a net foreign buying worth 13.3 million. 13.3 million, not 30. Okay? RSI, on the other hand, is trading inside the classical overbought level. So eyes on your trailing stop loss. Risk level is already moderate. The upward momentum remains very strong. The dominant range of PXP with respect to its closing price of 12.12 is between 12 to 12.3. That makes the momentum power indicator bullish. The true market sentiment of PXP is neutral. My overall sentiment for PXP is bullish on the other hand. So if you are planning to enter a new position, you can top up within the dominant range. If you're planning to enter a new position, or yeah, you can top up or enter a new position within the dominant range. So after PXP, we got Semirara. SCC closed today at 23.5, support is at 19.66, resistance is at 24.53. The 10 MACD combo is not yet valid, and RSI is in the neutral level. The risk level of SCC is low, and the negative DMI is still hovering the positive DMI. So preferably, I would like to see Semirara breaking above the resistance at 24.53. The dominant range is between 21.6 to 21 to 22. It's still closer to the intraday low than the intraday high, even though SCC was forced close today at 23.5, which is the intraday high. Nonetheless, the momentum power indicator for me is still bearish in this case. The true market sentiment for Semirara is neutral. Now, my overall sentiment is also neutral for Semirara, meaning to say if you are planning to enter a new position, I would suggest that you wait for the 10 MACD combo to become valid, and ideally for the 10 MACD combo to be valid and for the momentum power indicator to become bullish. So postpone that plan of entering a new position for now. And if you are planning to top up because Semirara is still trading above your trailing stop loss, I suggest that you hold your position for now without topping up. Top up once the momentum power indicator becomes bullish at least. Okay, so next we got Flea. Flea closed today at 1.68. Support is at 168 itself. Resistance is at 2 pesos per share. If it breaks below 1.68, that will make 1.4 as the next support level, and it will make 1.68 as its immediate resistance. Foreign investors registered a net foreign selling worth 64.8 million pesos. Our 10 MACD combo for Flea is, it has been invalid. RSI is approaching the classical oversold level, so let's wait and see if Flea will translate 1.68 as a support, as a strong support level, as a rebound zone. Let's wait and see for confirmation. The risk level for Flea remains low. The downward momentum remains very strong, however. The dominant range of Flea is between 1.68 to 1.77. That makes the momentum power indicator bearish, unfortunately. The true market sentiment for Flea is bearish. My overall sentiment is bearish as well on Flea, but like what I've said, we have to monitor the price at 1.68 to see if there will be some signs of reversals this coming Wednesday, or this trading on Wednesday. But for now, don't enter a new position, and I believe none of you should not have Flea at this very moment. You should have all hit or executed your trailing stop loss since last week. Okay, don't enter a new position yet on Flea. Next, we got CHP. CHP closed today at 3.03, support is at 2.88, resistance is at 3.6. The 10 MACD combo is already invalid because the last price is already trading below the 10 SMA, even though the MACD is still moving above the signal line. The foreign investors registered a net foreign buying worth 7.9 million pesos. RSI is in the neutral level, although it's downward sloping. The risk level of CHP is already high. I am seeing, take note, the negative DMI already crossed above the positive DMI. So it looks like the ball is inching closer to the court of the bears. Now, the dominant range of CHP is between 2.97 to 3.17. That's closer to the intraday low than the intraday high. This makes the momentum power indicator bearish. The true market sentiment for CHP is neutral. My overall sentiment for CHP is already bearish. So don't enter a new position yet. If your trailing stop loss is still trading, or if the current price is still trading above your TSL, I suggest that you hold your position, don't top up. I do not see an alarming reason for you to preempt your trailing stop loss or to adjust the or reduce your percentage of risk in the calculation of your trailing stop loss, just like what you've learned from me during the Evergreen Strategy in Trading the Philippine Stock Market seminar. Okay, no signs to hurry, to be alarmed yet. Okay, but by the way, just to segue it, I'd like to see those of you who have not attended the seminar yet. I'll be in Makati City this coming Saturday, August 17, from 10 a.m. to 10 a.m. to 5 in the afternoon for the Evergreen Strategy in Trading the Philippine Stock Market. So if you are a subscriber for 1 year, go ahead and buy your ticket now at a 50% discount. If you are not a 1 year subscriber, you can still register on our website. Just go to equilis.com, click seminars, click Makati, register for a chance to win a 30 to 40% discount on your ticket. You may also upgrade your subscription from 6 months to 1 year so you can avail of the 50% discount for your ticket. Okay, you can extend your membership in advance. For the sake of the 50% discount. Anyhow, I'm bearish on CHP. So next we got PHA. PHA closed on Tuesday at 0.485. It broke below its previous support at 0.53, which is now acting as its immediate resistance. Its immediate support is now at 0.30. The 10 MACD combo has already been invalid. Foreign investors registered a net foreign selling worth 2.17 million pesos. RSI is already playing inside the classical oversold level, but I don't see any signs of reversals yet. So for me, the downward momentum or the downtrend is still more likely to continue. The risk level of PHA is already very high, extremely high. Take note of that. The downward momentum is also very strong. The dominant range of PHA is between 0.5 to 0.52. This makes the momentum power indicator bearish. The true market sentiment for PHA is neutral. There's not much interest in buying the dips yet. So don't enter a new position. By the looks of this chart, I believe that none of you should have any of this, should have PHA. So I'm not going to give any piece of advice for those who may have had PHA. You should not have PHA for the past 1 to 2 months already. Don't enter a new position. I am very bearish on PHA. Next, VITA. VITA closed on Tuesday at 1.15. Support is at 1.11. Resistance is at 1.36. The 10 MACD combo is already invalid. Foreign investors registered a net foreign selling worth 800,000 pesos. RSI is downward sloping, a lot closer to the classical oversold level than the neutral level. The risk level of VITA is, hear this, extremely high. The negative DMI is hovering the positive DMI, by the way. And the dominant range is between 1.15 to 1.2. The momentum power indicator is bearish. The true market sentiment for VITA is neutral. My overall sentiment is bearish. Take note that VITA has been trading sideways for a while already, since May. You've heard me say it in the previous videos that I am personally not interested in trading stocks that are in a sideways pattern. I am more interested in trading stocks that are either poised to move in a trend or are already in a trend. That's not VITA, okay? So I am bearish on VITA. Don't enter a new position yet on VITA. Last in this video is ALCO. ALCO closed today at 0.94. Support is at 0.86. Resistance is at 0.97. Yes, it broke below its previous support today. And that's why 0.97 is no longer the support level but the immediate resistance now. Okay? The 10 MACD combo has already been invalid, not only today, but since when? Since the second or third week of July. So RSI is in the neutral level. It's downward sloping, by the way. The risk level of ALCO is already high, and the negative DMI already crossed above the positive DMI. So more points for the bears. The dominant range with respect to the closing price of 0.94 is between 0.91 to 0.98. That makes the momentum power indicator bearish. The true market sentiment for ALCO is neutral, and my overall sentiment is also not neutral but bearish for ALCO. Don't enter a new position. And if you happen to have ALCO, if you still have it because it's still trading above your trailing stop loss, I suggest that you recalculate your trailing stop loss now, recalculate it, reduce the percentage of risk that you have applied, just like what I mentioned in the lesson number 6 during the Evergreen Strategy in Trading the Philippine Stock Market seminar. Review your handouts, please. Okay, so preempt your trailing stop loss now. Don't enter a new position. Preempt your trailing stop loss if you have it. Okay, so you've heard my technical analysis for these 10 stocks, and this is what I'm telling you a while back. You go to our website, and then you click on seminars, and then you click on Makati. Okay, so this coming Saturday, August 17, from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m., I'll see you at the First Metro Securities Hub in the Metro Manila in Makati, Unit 1515, Ayala Tower 1 and Exchange Plaza, Ayala Avenue, Makati City. And together we will learn. I'm going to teach you these 6 lessons from stock selection all the way to the execution of the trading plan. So again, my name is JC De Guzman. Have a great trading day on Wednesday. Bye for now.